To starting our graduation, we're going to do a little bit of a step up for all of our students to take their place in their next year's position. So we are going to start with our new kindergarten. Our one new kindergarten student. We're just going to sit right over here. You going to Mom? Great. Perfect. Okay, let's have our new first graders. Come take your place in first grade. What a good-looking group of first graders we have. Okay, let's have our new second grade class. Oh, what a great-looking group of second graders. Very nicely done. I can see you are ready for next year. Nice job. Okay, let's have our new third grade class. Oh, beautiful. Very nice. This is cause for celebration. Great job, third grade. And now, can we have our new fourth graders? Our new fourth grade class. Great job, fourth graders. And now, can we have our new fifth grade class? Great job, fifth grade. And now they will be the oldest students in our school, our new sixth grade class. Thank you very much. It is so nice to see what a beautiful group of students we will have next year. You all look very prepared. Thank you. So now we're going to give it a few more minutes to gather our graduates, and we will be starting right away. there. Hand her the plant. Hi. It's okay. Come on. Welcome. Welcome our Ludlow families, friends, Superintendent Fairman. My understanding is that we have our Ludlow Mount Holly School Board here as well, and of course, our sixth grade graduates to our 2023 graduation. You are amazing individuals and fabulous students. Each of you has brought your own unique talents to Ludlow Elementary School. This is an important day, celebrating that you have made it halfway through your educational career, and before you know it, you will be graduating from high school. I hope you have had wonderful memories of your time at LES that will last a lifetime. Please be seated. And now, I'm going to take over this for just a moment. I would like to take this opportunity to honor Heidi Bates. She's retiring this year, and she has devoted 38 years of weekdays, weekends, early mornings, and late nights to ensure students have received the best education possible so they would be prepared for the second half of their educational journey. Today, each student presented Mrs. Bates with a plant for her personal garden because she loves gardening. She also loves to make sure that students are learning, and Heidi Bates is all in when it comes to learning. So as a result, the staff at LES linked Heidi's two passions together and applied for a grant from the Home Depot Foundation. The grant was awarded, and on June 13th, the Home Depot Foundation will send a team to LES to build a greenhouse in front of the school that will be dedicated to Heidi Bates. Congratulations, Heidi, and thank you for your devotion to the students of Ludlow. And now I would like to invite our guest speaker. There you are, Julian. Julian Leon.
Wow. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. For those of you who don't know, my name is Julian. I am the science guy, and I've been going into this classroom with these wonderful students all year long. We've been studying a variety of subjects. We're studying energy, magnetism, electricity generation, efficiency, renewables, fossil fuels. We looked at Newton's 3 laws. We looked at gravity, projectile motion, satellite motion, inertia, and momentum. You guys remember that? I hope so. It's going to be a quiz. So I was asked to keep this humorous, so I put together a couple of things that, because of your knowledge of these subjects, you'll probably get the joke. And as for the audience, I hope you do, or you can ask them later about it. When a third grader was asked to cite Newton's first law, she said, bodies in motion remain in motion, and a body at rest stays in bed until their mothers call them to get them up. 2 atoms were walking across the road when one of them said, I think I lost an electron. Really? The other replied, are you sure? Yes, I'm absolutely positive. Positive? All right, we'll get to that later. Why is it best to teach physics to students at the edge of a cliff? Because that's where students have the most potential. Oh, okay. I have a new theory on inertia, but it doesn't seem to be gaining momentum. Help me out here, help me out. Actually, I named my daughter Inertia. When she grows up, she'll be unstoppable. Why can't you take electricity to social outings? Because it doesn't know how to conduct itself. Scientists are working on new solar energy panels. They want a material that absorbs and releases the most radiating heat. The consensus is car seats. A sweater I bought was picking up a lot of static electricity, so I returned it to the store. They gave me another one free of charge. Help me out, help me out. I just opened my water bill and my electricity bill at the same time. I was shocked. Why did the gardener plant a light bulb? He thought he would get a power plant. Which is faster, heat or cold? Heat, because you can catch a cold. Was that funny? All right. Thank you. What did one magnet say to the other magnet? Seeing you from the back, I thought you were repulsive, but seeing you from the front, I find you rather attractive. That's not funny? All right. There really aren't many decent satellite jokes. Most just go over your head. And last but not least, thank you. What did the engineer say when he saw the failing, crumbling hydroelectric power plant? Damn it. Apologies. With no N. So, did you guys get all those? Do I have to, should I repeat them? Okay, no, please. So, the knowledge of these subjects was great if you have it up here, but I think all these students up here will tell you guys that we did a lot of hands-on stuff, right? Because hands-on, minds-on, that's where it works. So I'm gonna ask them to come up and do a little hands-on something right now. Kaylee wants to start. Remember these things? For those of you who don't know, these are a complicated device that only with full knowledge of Newton's 3 laws of action, reaction, inertia, and acceleration can they get them to go. But today they're going to represent a token of good luck to your colleagues. So could I have you guys up here, one on each side over here? Can everybody still hear me? All right, good. Can I get 5 and 4, please? All right. As the students will attest, there's a general rule of science that says if it's green or it wiggles, it's biology. If it stinks, it's chemistry. And if it doesn't work, it's physics. So you can see what we were just teaching right here. Now guys, this is a celebration of you today, but I think you'll all agree, you guys didn't get here on your own, did you? Why don't you look out to the crowd over there? Do you see someone who cooked your meals? Do you see someone that held you tight when you were scared or sick? Do you see someone out there who changed your diaper? How about giving them a round of applause, please? So I'm supposed to have 5 minutes. I think I have 4.5 left. No. So you guys are all wonderful, beautiful, beautiful people. And I have been honored to work with you these days. I just want to say best of luck, and I'll see you in a future class, I hope. Take care. Thank you.
Okay, boys and girls, I have another surprise for you. Julian was your first surprise. Kaylee's getting nervous. Look at her. Okay, Miss Marla, now's the time. Guess who's here? Vladimir! Yay! Was that a nice surprise? Okay.
Okay, so now that everyone is here, I would like to introduce Miss Ryan with some memories.
Good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations, graduates. Miss Bates asked us to write down some memories for you, so I would like to read them. From Mrs. it's okay. From Mrs. Farman. Kaylee was the first student I met when I came to Ludlow. She peeked into my office window and asked if I was the new principal. We chatted for a few minutes, and she said she would be a 5th grader the next time we met. Another one from Mrs. Farnham. Billy is the kindest person I know. He always remembers me when giving out goodies to teachers. Olivia B. and I have a staring contest whenever we see each other. She always wins, from Mrs. Farman. Mr. Parker. I had Kaylee in my kindergarten class at Mount Holly. I remember that she always loved cats and excelled as an artist. A funny memory of Kaylee for me is when I was making hot chocolate for the class, and she turned to me and said, "Mr. Parker, you're the best teacher I could ever ask for." And then he thought, how sweet. Wait a second, is she thinking about me or the hot chocolate? From Mr. Panassi. My favorite memories are the ones we made during COVID. We would spend every PE outside in the woods playing hide and seek tag, stealth mode, and capture the flag. It was our escape from reality and a break from wearing masks. We found some old tires in the woods and made a tire swing that made everyone smile as we pushed each other for what felt like 20 feet in the air. Do you remember that? Yeah? From Miss Ryan, I remember when Owen's grandmother made us a Grinch cake to celebrate our Grinch night. We had green lips and tongues all day, and boy, did those cupcakes taste amazing. From Miss Marla, when I first started LES, I kept confusing Owen, Connor, and Cooper. I was endlessly calling them one another's names. Finally, one day, Cooper took pity on me, and in the effort to help me out, he said, "You can just call me Bob." He even signed our class charter that way. From second grade, this class loved to build and be creative in second grade. They were determined one day to build a tower that went all the way from the floor to the ceiling. When the tower got too tall, they stood on a desk and then had to get the rolling ladder. Sure enough, the tower reached the ceiling. Everyone was impressed with their creation. This continued throughout the school year. They were always a creative bunch. From Miss Barron, my favorite musical memory of the sixth grade was when they learned and performed a West African drumming piece in fifth grade. They really took ownership of it and did a fantastic job in the concert. This year we did some creative projects, and again, they took ownership, worked together, and ended up with an interesting and funny found sound composition that everyone contributed to. From Mrs. Schmidt, I don't know the sixth graders well, but I have uncovered some of their preschool work and have enjoyed seeing their current work on display in the hallway. Miss Bates is very proud of you. I did have the opportunity to spend a chilly Friday afternoon selling Red Sox raffle tickets and giggling with Jenny and Cadence. I hope the end of the year trips for you were amazing. Miss Vera, Billy Kelly and I got into a whole lot of laughing this year. It was surely good for the soul. I'm not sure who this next one is from, but it says Olivia B. is one of the kindest souls with so much patience. She is a talented artist, and not only did she used to read to one of my students, but she drew a picture for her. From Miss Carner, this class was my first kindergarten class. Watching them grow, learn, and become who they are through their time in LES has been incredible. This group is an artistic one. I remember them in the forest program painting on snow with watercolor. I remember making American flags with tissue paper. I remember doing that weird project where I took a photo of you pretending to hold something and you drew what you were holding. They jumped on board with any project I'd throw at them. I remember the after-school program times with them, playing hide and seek in the dark, running around the library, and taking pictures of a huge field of dandelions. I remember Billy's green thumb from Chalk Pesto. What a great group, so smart, good-humored, and kind. Congratulations, on to the next chapter. With love, Miss Carner. From Miss Ryan, I love that I still get hugs from Olivia B. after all these years. From Mrs. Marks, one thing I love about your class is still getting hugs from Olivia B. and Cadence. The politeness from Billy is something I will always remember, and how he returns a greeting. I will cherish all of the quiet conversations with Connor, talking sports with Cooper and keeping up the latest late-night games, and watching Owen take on any science math challenge. Your class has certainly shrunk since I was your teacher, but you are still mighty. What I remember most is how you came back to the classroom after the pandemic and worked really hard in masks with many changes. Different rules, different guidelines, but it didn't matter. You made lemons out of lemonade instead. For most of the year, we had Zoom field trips until finally at the end, we could go on a salamander study and hike outside. We welcomed Mrs. T back after she battled cancer. You persevered and you worked hard and you didn't let the pandemic stop you. I hope you can all go on to doing great things. And if you ever run a marathon, let me know so I can come cheer you on. I will be your loudest fan. Love, Mrs. Marks. Congratulations, sixth grade.
Okay, well, first of all, to parents, grandparents, and everybody else, congratulations. I would like to first acknowledge Mrs. Carner for the beautiful art show that is displayed before us today with the kids' work. So Ms. Carner, could you please stand up to be recognized? And I need to start off before we go any further just with a couple of thank yous. Today, Bruce Schmidt and Elizabeth, sounds like Schmidt, but Schmidt. Elizabeth Schmidt gave the sixth graders their rides at Okemo today on the mountain coaster for free, and parents could come, and we had probably 6 parents show up and join in on the fun this morning. So I'd like to just give a shout out to Okemo. And first, I want to thank you for sharing your children with me. I got it? I love the support. If you had told me that I was going to have this class as my last class, I never would have believed you. What a treat. Of course, I would never tell them that. But this is their graduation, so I will. It has been an absolute honor to have 9 kids in the class that all want to learn. They work well together. They focus on their learning. They're cooperative. The adjectives I could use are just endless. But then if you told me that would get topped off by the people, I have no control over who works in my room, but I had the privilege of working with Vera Conroy, Jim O'Neill, which has been nicknamed Jimothy, and Bruce Patterson working in my classroom on and off throughout the day. What a team, so here's to them. Okay. And I'm going to start with just a quick little story. We've had quite the last month. We spent 5 days at Camp Keewaydin, and I could tell lots of stories. But then we had the privilege of going to Lake Champlain canoeing, and that was great fun and always a learning environment. But then we just returned from Maine, and I was in a suite with the girls. And one funny thing, it struck me funny, hopefully it'll strike you funny as well, that in the morning, I was up early, I was in my room doing my little yoga stretches, waiting for them to wake up, trying to be quiet. And then I took my tub, and then I said, okay, it's 6:15, I can't be quiet anymore. So I went along to each one of them and kind of went like this to their toes to wake everybody up. And I got to Cadence, and Cadence jumps right up, and she goes, that is the politest or the easiest wake up I've ever had. And she was like, get up, we gotta go. And then I proceeded, they were getting dressed, I was getting dressed, and I got a knock on the door, and I said, come in. And it was Cadence once again, and she looks like this, and she peeks in, and she says, Miss Bates, I'm making coffee, do you want some? Little did she know that I don't drink coffee, but then I had to go. I opened the door and I went, okay, out of curiosity, who drinks coffee here? 3 hands went up, but they were drinking and whatever. Okay, on to graduation. The very first award that I would like to give everybody is their community service. We've been doing community service, a really important job for 6th graders for years now. And the requirement is 10 hours for the year. You can start in 5th grade and build on, and then at the end of 6th grade, we should have 10 hours. And I am proud to say that everybody met the criteria, and that we even had a few kids that exceeded the criteria. I need glasses. Olivia Beardmore-Turco earned 13.5. Cadence had 14.5. And Olivia Elliott had 25.5 hours. How about a round of applause? The 6th grade class worked for our community at Boot Pro, selling raffle tickets, Calcutta's for their Christmas program, the American Legion, the Penny Sale, the Snack Shack, just to name a few. Could you pass those? Oh, yep. Thank you. No, no. Okay. Next are just a couple of awards, and one is it's called Risk Taking. And this award goes to the risk taker of 6th grade. And this student, without hesitation, takes risks all day long in our classroom, all day. You know, when you're a student and someone asks a question, where do all the eyes go? Down. Not this one, right? Hands up, answering, happy as can be. He's not afraid to put himself out in front of his peers, and I hope he always will be open for expressing himself. And that is Billy Kelly. The next award goes to 3 individuals who volunteered for Ludlow's Town Memorial Day program. Little did they know that they would have to be public speakers. I didn't mention that part when I asked for volunteers. Well, they did an outstanding job and deserve to be recognized for their hard work. Owen Perino did the Gettysburg Address. Jenny Lee and Olivia Elliott did in Flanders Field. And now for Rotary gifts. The Rotary Club has given each of you a gift for their literacy project because they support education for all children and literacy for children and adults. I'm not sure what it is, but something tells me it's a gift certificate. I want to know if they can open it, of course. Okay. And now I have a couple of acknowledgments. First, I would like to acknowledge the mathematicians in this class. You all still paying attention? Okay. This is a rare class where most students enjoy and are motivated by math. I can easily say as a 6th grade teacher that kids come with mixed feelings about math. Either you really like math, you learn to love math, or you've already got that optimism for math. And although this is not true of everyone in the class, which is perfectly okay, not everyone has to love math, because I do have 2 self-proclaimed, I don't like math. Tell me we're not doing math anymore. Are we going to do math? I don't want to do math. However, in fact, most of this class scored unbelievably well on their maps. In fact, most of the class surpassed the set goal for maps and achieved both what we call the growth, in other words, there was progress, and the achievement, they moved beyond, criteria. Their scores were 17 to 34 points above the set goal. So would this class of mathematicians please stand to be recognized? Stand. And I also have some students that are incredibly creative, like really creative and artistic students. First of all, you can witness it just by looking around the gym. However, there are 4 students who, time and time again, have invented and produced original ideas and have developed unbelievable works of art, different projects in the classroom. And this sounds terrible, but would the girls please stand? And that is it for my part.
And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the handing out of our diplomas. Jenny Lee. Kaylee Sweet. Cooper Garvey. Olivia Elliott. Billy Kelly. Olivia Beardmore Turco. Cadence Paul. Owen Perino. Connor Levesque. Congratulations, 6th graders. Nicely done. It is now time for our annual traditional slideshow.
Okay, will the sixth grade class please stand? How about a round of applause for the sixth graders? Haley, Haley. Okay, sixth grade, it's time for you to go in the fire trucks. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jenny. Remember to dance it out.
Woo, Jenny. Go ahead, Billy, dance it up.